What's going on, folks? Sean here from Wild Boys Outdoors, bringing you a new video today. I'm going to hammer these videos out over the next few weeks and hopefully for eternity. I'm going to do my damnedest to get this channel back to where my old channel was, which was thousands of subscribers and hundreds of thousands, close to 1 million views. And yeah, I really want to get this back there. So I appreciate all the support, the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, and everything else. I'm going to be working this week tirelessly on as much content as possible, from reviews to how-tos to fishing stuff. Like I said, I appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone clicking that subscribe button and clicking that like button. Today's video, I wanted to bring something a little different here. And with everything going on in the world, especially right now with the China-Taiwan stuff and possibly COVID coming back and the dollar value and the economy in general and inflation and the list goes on. I see tons of videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok about bug-out bags and get-home bags and whatnot. So I figured I'd dabble into that myself. I took out a few things here. I'm going to keep this list very short and simple. It's going to be a top 10 with maybe a few bonus items of what I personally keep in my vehicle or on my person at all times. And with that said, in the comment section below, after this you're done watching, I will leave a link to Amazon to purchase any of these said items. With that said, I'm going to use my little cheat sheet I have over here and get right into this video. When I was younger, I was always told not to carry my social security card, all that stuff. You keep it home in a safe, whatever the case may be. I don't carry it in my pocket, but I always keep my passport in my vehicle with some cash. You never know if you have to get on a plane, even if it's not a bug-out situation. God forbid there's an emergency somewhere with a relative, whatever the case may be. I always keep my passport in my glove box locked up. So first one I'm going to put is documentation. Never want to leave home without your passport, your driver's license, your concealed carry permit. Everything of that sort that could be ID or personal document related. Second on the list is this is in no particular order, it's just the way I wrote it down. Second on the list is a flashlight. I have a couple different things here and I'll show you reasons why. On my person, I carry a mod light. These are super expensive lights, but they are phenomenal. They are worth every bit of the money. I keep a switchback on mine just because of comfort. However, in a tough situation, this is not what I would go with for the fact it requires a very specific battery that's not, the general public doesn't have, the general stores don't have, they're pull-out chargeables, etc. I have extra batteries for it, but it's not something I want to rely on for that amount of time. So with that said, they do die very fast. I would, in that kind of situation, I would go with something like this, which is the Streamlight ProTac, which would just take like a AA battery or something along those lines. With the lighting stuff in mind, I also keep a Streamlight or a Surefire or one of these guys. There's a bunch of different good brands that are the head-mounted lights. Reason being, if you're in the woods, even if you're hiking or hunting or something like that, it's nice to have light above your head aiming down and still keeping your hands free. So yeah, the second one next to documentation would be lighting. Third on the list would be a knife or a way to cut something. Same scenario here. On my person, I carry a Microtech OTF. This is the RSK version from 2020. Super nice knife, easy to keep concealed in your pocket. It's got a really deep, what the hell is that called? Like the clip piece is super, it's like a deep carry, so the whole thing stays in your pocket. It doesn't protrude out at all. Again, in a situation where stuff can be more real, I would actually carry what I believe is the greatest knife ever in existence, which is the Mora. These things are like $15, $20. They are used by probably every bushcraft person in the world. They are insanely sharp out the box. They weigh nothing. They come with a little holster for it. And again, it's going to do a lot more as far as, fire starting and that kind of thing than the Microtech would. This is strong enough steel to spark a fire with. And like I said, they're under $20. Next on my list would be a way to start a fire. That knife would be a way, but also just having like a strike on a box anywhere, strike when wet matches. I mean, these are at your local dollar store. They don't cost anything. And, you know, having them in your glove box or in a little fanny pack or backpack if you're hiking makes a lot, and it can go a very long way. Next, speaking of the fire starting, would be a way to keep yourself warm and dry with that fire situation, which also leads into a shelter type thing. So I personally keep the Columbia Black Max rain jacket. It folds up tiny into the hoodie. This is the entire rain jacket. I wear an XL, and you can see it's super small. It has like a thermal interior. It stays this small. I use it all the time, especially if I'm fishing or something and it starts raining. But yeah, this is the Columbia. I think it's called Black Tack or Black Max. Again, I'll have a link down below. But they're small, they fold up easy, and it will keep you dry, which is a major part of staying warm. With that, I also want to add shelter. I'm not one for carrying a tent or anything of those sorts. I'm a tarp guy. I usually keep a tarp like this with some stakes in it, because I can put this tarp around me. I can make a lean-to type thing out of the tarp. I can make a hammock type thing out of the tarp. I could fold this out halfway and use it to carry wood. There's just so many different uses for tarps that I don't see a reason to have a tent, because that'd do everything that a tent would do plus a lot more. Once you have that set up, you're going to want a way to be warm and comfortable. Right now, I live in the South, and it's not very cold out by any means, so I keep the Cocoon 250, which is a 32-degree sleeping bag, which is super small. In the wintertime, obviously, I would go to something a little more warmer, but again, your average spring, summer, fall, this would not give you any issues staying warm. Next, I keep, I think we're on number 7 here, Paracord. Doesn't matter which one you use, which color. Some might say darker colors so it doesn't blend in, so it blends in. Some may say lighter colors so you could stick out. It all depends on what kind of situation you're in. But yeah, some sort of paracord. You can use this to drag stuff. You can use it to tie stuff, knot stuff, hang stuff, work your tarps, whatever the case may be. There's 1,001 reasons why you'd want to have rope with you. Next will be, going back to the cutting thing, I also do keep a Laplander, which is great for cutting wood. These guys are also very sharp, very cheap. And again, this isn't something I carry in my pocket, but I keep it in the trunk of my car. This blade would last a very long time cutting wood, or whatever the case may be, to get fire started or building a shelter. Next would be water purification. Some will argue boiling water, which is obviously perfectly fine. If you don't, I don't disagree with boiling water by any means, but there's going to be times where you're moving through the day, especially in a situation where you're out hiking or something, that you're not going to have time to boil water and you don't want to carry gallons of water. That's when the Sawyer stuff or something of those lines come into play. They have numerous different ones. They have the Life Straw, which I've had these forever. These can hang around your neck. They weigh like 3 ounces. They weigh nothing. And I believe, if I remember correctly, these are good for like 3,000 or 4,000 gallons before they would need to be replaced. That's a lot of water. The Life Straw recently took the same filter system that's in this and added it to a bottle, which is what I carry now, because now we're just making everything a lot simpler. You have a carabiner hook. You could hook this on, you keep it in your backpack, whatever the case may be. You take your top off. You scoop river water, pond water, stream water, whatever the case may be, into this. Put your cap back on. And as you're drinking through this, it's coming through the filter, rendering that water perfectly safe for you. Next and second to last will be first aid of some sort. IFA Kit, tourniquet, bandages, bleed stop, anything of that sort. Basically keep bleed stop and then like your normal stuff in here. I also keep a spare lighter in here and pliers for splinters and that kind of stuff. another spare poncho, just in case I didn't want to break the black one out or someone needed an extra one. Some hot hands, etc. And then you want to keep something to barter with, whether it be silver, gold, ammunition, something that will be of value in a situation for someone else. If someone has a stockpile of food but doesn't have any ammo, they will barter that. If someone has a stockpile of food and you need a way to pay them, gold and silver will always be a currency. It's trended with inflation forever. When money doesn't, that does. Many years ago, an ounce of silver was worth 2 packs of cigarettes or so. Today, it's still the exact same value. An ounce of silver would get you 2 packs of cigarettes, whatever the case may be. And then 2 random things I'm just going to throw in there. Obviously, those that carry a weapon, that's not part of this bundle. That's not a bug-out bag. That's something you keep on you every day. I carry a Glock for that reason, but many people carry other weapons. But I keep one of these K-bars on my car, which is like a spork, and then it has the small knife that comes out of the bottom. It's not super sharp, or if I can get the damn thing open, it's not super sharp or anything by any means, but it's enough to cut a little piece of meat or something like that. You ain't cutting wood with it or anything along those lines, but for eating purposes, it's great to have. And then lastly is a good pair of gloves, mechanics, hardy, anything of that sort. Not only for warmth, but if you're in a situation where you're collecting firewood or whatever the case may be, that will help protect you from splinters, from, again, staying warm and comfortable. Comfort is a major thing in that. I think that is it, guys. That's going to wrap this up. I just wanted to go over a few things that I personally keep in the trunk of my vehicle. I would love for you to comment down below if you think I'm carrying something that I shouldn't or something that I'm missing. I would love to hear that, as that's what helps this kind of stuff grow and helps us learn off of each other. And yeah, if you like the video, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.